everyone, I've had a lot of players asking me what are happening to tech fragments in the upcoming expansion for Star Wars The Old Republic. Until recently, we didn't actually have any information and everything was pure speculation. Would tech fragments be going away? Well, based on past expansions, that's usually what would happen. The previous currency would be gotten rid of or removed or changed in some way to a new currency. We do know we are getting a new currency for the upcoming expansion, but we also just found out that, well, guess what? Tech fragments aren't going anywhere. In a recent post by the developers, we finally got a little bit of information about tech fragments, so here we go. This is what they said. Tech fragments will be used to purchase spoils of war cosmetic items, tacticals, augment components, Kai Zykken, and legendary implants. You heard it here first, folks. You can purchase Kai Zykken. Tech fragments will continue to flow for players level 75 and higher from various content. Later on, they also made a really big, awesome, frequently asked questions post about some of the updates that's been showing on the test server. And so here's some of the questions players had been asking that they answered. First off, again, what is happening with tech fragments? Tech fragments will remain and will still be able to be spent on tacticals, cosmetics, augment components, and Kai Zykken's offerings. So that's quite a few different things, and luckily some of their other questions answer a bit more. So here's another question. What will happen to all the armor sets currently being sold by vendors in the supplies section of the fleet in exchange for tech fragments and credits? And here's the answer. They will not be available for direct purchase, but will still be available in Kai Zykken's random unique items box, whatever that means. A lot of players ask me, should I use my tech fragments right now and turn them into rare crafting materials to sell, or should I hold on to them for the next expansion? And with this info, I have a little bit more advice, so I can't guarantee it's going to be good. Before now, I'd been telling people, yeah, just spend it on that crafting material and, the currency is probably going to get deleted in the upcoming expansion. This is the first time a currency actually carries over, and that's pretty cool. But I don't know if it's going to be for anything that you need in the upcoming expansion in terms of gear. It kind of sounds like, for the most part, it's going to be for cosmetic items and for older set bonus gear from the current expansion. Or you can also use it for some really fun cosmetic armor from previous expansions that had, well, kind of disappeared. In the 5.0 expansion, the one before the current expansion, there was some cool gear you could get from, magic boxes that give you random loot. Unfortunately, when they changed that system to the new one, the way to get that armor, sometimes known as Galactic Command armor, kind of disappeared. So now, there was one of the questions was, where is the vendor for Command Crate shells? And the answer was, these will be available for purchase on a vendor with 7.0's launch for 3,500 tech fragments and 500,000 credits. So it's very interesting. They'll become available again. It's going to be really hard if you want to collect all the sets, but if you just want to get a specific one, it should become at least partially obtainable compared to before. It was, well, if someone was selling an old one on the GTN, you could get it. Otherwise, you were just fresh out of luck. One other thing players are currently spending tech fragments on is working on these achievements called the Spoils of War achievements, where you try and collect one of each of the set bonuses currently in the 6.0 game. And they actually had an answer about what's happening to that. Will the achievements currently categorized under Spoils of War, the equipment sets and tactical items, also be moved to the Feats of Strength category, or will they still be achievable in 7.0? The Spoils of War equipment sets will no longer drop from content, nor be able to be directly purchased from a vendor. As a result, the achievements will be moved to the Feats of Strength category. The sets will still be obtainable via Kai Zykken's random unique items box. So if you're the player right now who's working on those achievements, you can kind of take a step back and decide, do these achievements with no legacy titles or real rewards, are they important to me? If they aren't, don't worry about them because they're about to get retired. If you like completing them before they get retired, just for completionist sake, they won't give you any achievement points, then you might want to finish them up before the end of this expansion, as the achievement will no longer be obtainable in the next expansion. However, if there's just a cool set of gear that you really liked the look of and you aren't able to get it before the end of this expansion, it will still kind of be obtainable through Kai Zykken. Now here is some actual advice. If there is a set of set bonus gear that you really like the look of. I highly recommend that you get it now because later on in 7.0, you won't be able to directly buy it from a vendor. Instead, you'll have to rely on a random box from Kai Zykken's offerings, it sounds like. So if there's a cosmetic piece that you really like, for example, there's a really cool set called Aggressive Treatment for the Smuggler. Some of the other sets have some cool animations kicking around on them. You might want to buy it now and save up your Tech Fragments and credits for that before the expansion hits. They also clarified about a lot of other things in this post that I won't be covering in this video, so I'll be linking it in the description below if you wanted to check it out. There's little touches on renown, on crafting, as well as on the different gearing sets. So what is the answer to should I spend my Tech Fragments now or save them? I think what I'm going to be doing is we still don't know exactly when the expansion is coming out. We don't have a date at the time of recording this video. If you're the kind of player who earns a lot of Tech Fragments, I would continue to spend those Tech Fragments on the rare crafting materials and sell them if you want credits or save them if you're working on augments. Or, otherwise, if you're a player who's quite slow, I would start saving up Tech Fragments. You can earn up to 11,000 at any given time and bring them over with you to the next expansion to see what other cool goodies you can get, or maybe you can use them to buy a tactical that's useful for you in the future. Either way, I know personally, I think what I'm going to do is as the expansion gets really close, I'm not going to spend my Tech Fragments, so hopefully I can go in with a full 11,000 Tech Fragments and see what I can get when the expansion launches. I hope you enjoyed this little look into what might be happening to Tech Fragments in Star Wars: The Old Republic in the 7.0 expansion. If you want to show your support for these videos, visit Swtorista.com/support. And if you want similar videos about the news going on with the expansion showing up on your YouTube homepage, subscribe to this channel. See you guys later.